Reports of our death have been greatly exaggerated. This is Secret Rare, the Pokemon podcast, with me, Jordan Midler, Tom Ryan-Smith, and Nathan Ellingsworth. This week, the most in-depth breakdown, some would say mental breakdown of Pokemon Legends Z8 you're going to get. We're going to go through every single frame of this trailer and talk about how we feel about it. But first, it's been a little while, boys. I've not seen your beautiful faces in some time. How are you, Tom?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I just dropped a dice on the floor, which is going to nag me forever now.
Oh, we've started. Usually, you wait till the end of the podcast before you just start throwing shit around your room. But
it's taken me it took me 3 seconds in the video before I did it. Wait.
Oh, he's gonna get it.
I did it with my feet.
Well done. He did it with his feet. Speaking of doing people with their feet, Nathan, how are you?
Not too bad. Yeah, tired from all that walking, but yeah, good. I can't wait. I'm about to go on holiday, and I'm very excited. And apparently, I can take all the time off I want because we're not getting a game this year, so could just chill out.
Yeah. For those who don't know where I've been to Japan to exclusively get this Snom card and come back. That's it. I'm holding up the Snom from which will be in Tempura Forces, but I got it from this. I can't remember the name of this set. It's the one with the
Wild Charge and Cyber Judge?
Yes, always got it. Is it Wild Force? Is it not?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I was in America, bought those packs, significantly cheaper than they were I think they were £2.50 from a card shop in LA. I should have bought way more, but
man.
I didn't. Spent my money on beer because I'm a lad. Anyway, I was in America when the Pokemon Presents happened. I was sitting there. I was like, I got my hopes up again. All the amazing things we thought would happen, and then we got the trailer for Pokemon Legends ZA. Right, Tom. Give me first of all your excitement level out of 5, and then your one hope for the game, just like a baseline kind of thing, and then we'll get going from there. Nathan, come to you next.
So, out of 5 for what I thought what I hoped from the event?
No, out of 5 for Legends ZA, your reaction to it, how does it jazz you?
I think it's a weird one. Like, normally, I'm starting off negative, but I'm not negative. I'm just tempering expectations. I'm just keeping them where they should be. I don't want to get too hype over this. Like, I love the first Legends game, so I'm going to say, by default, it's going to be a 4 no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, where in that 4 to 5 scale am I of hype yet? I don't know, because I didn't expect this. No one expected this. So I didn't have my temptations kind of in that place.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for my emotions to be here. They were like, oh man, they're over there somewhere. They're with gold and silver, which... What? No?
Oh, man. Yeah, it was a weird situation because they teased... They keep doing
the
this.
Unknowns all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
But alas, I still think we might get something gold and silver this year because it's not the end. But Nathan, same question. Your excitement level at that announcement specifically.
At the announcement specifically, I'm very similar. I'm like a 4 and a 5. Do you know what? If this was before Arceus, I would have been a little bit more tepid. After Arceus, I'm like, do you know what? If it's a Legends game, they can do what they want. I don't care if it's all in one city. I don't care if it's X and Y. Personally, my least favorite gen. Really good Pokedex, and I love Mega Evolution. I just don't like that generation. I think it's really boring because it always felt unfinished. Lo and behold, they've gone, all right, we're a bit late, but we are going to finish it actually. So is that all right? Yeah, that's great, guys. Yeah, wicked. Let's finally get our Pokemon Z. Why the hell not? I think it's really interesting that Pokemon have gone, let's fill in the gaps. And they've gone, people like Legends, let's do that again, but let's make it so different. Maybe the future, all in Lumio City. I'm pumped. I'm still a bit wary. I'm probably like 4.5-ish. I'm very, very excited that they're doing something different.
Yeah, I feel similarly in the sense that I loved Let's Go. Like, I'm one of the biggest Let's Go defenders. I feel like it kind of reinvigorated my love for Pokemon.
Let's Go was great.
Because I thought, like, I really fell out of love with the 3DS era because I just hated. I think that's like visually the ugliest generation, and it's because of the hardware they were working on. It's like, and
I agree completely.
the game design at that point was also so tutorialized. Like, it makes Sun and Moon unplayable. Like, it's a difficult kind of situation. But Let's Go got me right back into it. Sword and Shield was fine. I really, really loved Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's like my favorite Pokemon game since Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And I was worried that Legends would go the way of Let's Go, and that they released this incredibly successful sub-brand, then never do anything with it ever again. It was just one of these things. They put out a Legends game, that's it, we're not going to do it again. We're not going to have this moment in time where, like, Legends was released near BDSP, so it was like it fulfilled the role of like almost a Gen 4 remake, and like we got like a Gen 4 remake at the same time. So I thought maybe never again. I think you could have given me 100 guesses and I wouldn't have guessed like a future XY game.
Agree.
Like, that is, I couldn't believe when the trailer was going on. I have like encyclopedic knowledge of Pokemon, and then as the trailer was going on, I was like, why is there a Sylveon and an Aegislash? And like, why is there a Fletchinder? And then it started all clicking in my head. I was like, this is fucking Kalos. We're in Kalos' eyes.
I saw Furfrou and was like, no, you're joking me. Like, yeah, we're not doing this, are we?
It is a criminally ignored generation. The meme is that Zygarde is still just sitting in a random cave somewhere. Like, I think it's incredibly exciting. It's up there with if in the last season of the anime they'd like brought the GS ball back and explained that. Like, it's up there for me in terms of like Pokemon don't bother. Pokemon are like the royal family, never complain, never explain. They just power through, do whatever they want. So I thought it was an incredibly exciting announcement. So Pokemon Legends ZA, the game will release in 2025. Tom, do we think that's early or late? I think that is, I was going to say early, but I don't think they would launch the Switch with it. I think it's the Christmas 2025 game.
Honestly, I think I'm glad whatever they're doing, I don't know if it's down to two things, isn't it? It's either they're giving this game more time and they don't want to show it off yet, because when they showed off Legends and when they showed off Scarlet and Violet, well, not as much Scarlet and Violet, but Legends especially, people saw those choppy frame rates on those trailers. Yeah. Maybe they just don't want to have that repeat of that. And maybe Nintendo have gone, you know what, have more time with this, because luckily the Switch 2 has been delayed, moved, whatever to next year. Maybe giving it that more time means they didn't have to rush and show anything. They have more time to cook. I think it's probably worked well in the favour for this game, the Switch 2 coming out next year, if it's not a joint release title. And I know people say that Pokemon don't do like release on both consoles, but Pokemon are doing whatever the hell they want now.
Yeah,
the rules have been thrown away. Like, we can't say Pokemon don't do this, Pokemon don't do that, because Pokemon make Pokemon Z 10 years too late. You know, like, it could happen.
Yeah,
I'm not against it.
Yeah. I wonder. Obviously, this is all moving synergistically. I wonder if the Switch 2 was 2020, if it was originally if it was coming out in 2024 as was originally planned, if this game would be a 2024. There's not a universe in which this doesn't also release on the original Switch. It might
100%.
run like shite on the original Switch, which I think it might, but it's the easiest advert in the world for look at it running on Switch, look at it running on Switch 2, see you people that haven't upgraded yet. And even if they don't release a Switch 2 version of it, just running the original game on Switch 2, it's like, oh well, come on now. Like,
yeah, I think it'll be a Hyrule Warriors 3DS thing where they're like, it sort of works, but you should probably get the new console.
Yeah, the heat that's going to come off that thing is going to be unbelievable. But yeah, 2025, interesting. Not much more known about it. Then, obviously, 2025 makes it's going to release 1 year before the anniversary. We've talked at length about how we maybe suspect Gen 10 will come out on 2026 for the 30th anniversary. I think especially if Switch 2 is 2025 now, Christmas 2026 for Gen 10 makes a lot of sense.
Yep. Oh yeah.
But yes, the game is going to apparently, now this is interesting. The only source for this is an official Nintendo of America Twitter account.
I don't trust them. No, I don't trust that.
Here's the thing: it's not found in any other
also.
literature so far. The game apparently takes place entirely in Lumios City. Nathan, what do you think of that? Are we reading too much into that? Is it going to be Lumios City, but it is absolutely ginormous and has loads of different areas?
I think yes. There's going to be the actual area itself is going to be big, and much like the original Legends Arceus had sort of different biomes. One thing I am thinking is, I know we're at the moment we're kind of like, is it going to be is it going to be the future? Is it going to be in the past? The trailer itself cuts between this sort of parchment paper, old style sort of thing, and then it goes to the future. I think it is all in the city, but I think the city you visit at different times. So I think that's how you'd get different biomes. I think it's a really smart way to make a big game fit on a small cartridge, because instead of having to do all these different areas, you go, look, we do one, but we change it up. And I think that's what they're doing. But I mean, that's me pulling it out of my ass. I've got no idea. But I think that's how you make a single city bigger. I think that's how you make it more interesting. And also, Legends is clearly a series interested in playing with time. Like, I think there's going to be time travel in this in some way.
Yeah.
So I'm with you, and I think the Z in the ZA represents the future stuff, and the A is like the past, because if you look at the logo, it's like the Z is all kind of futuristically style, and the A has like, that's the
it's Zygarde skin, right? That's
but
that's
it looks compared to the A seems to represent the ancient weapon from the Legend of AZ from X and Y. Like, so I think I think it's meant to be kind of that sort of also Z to A back in time from the very front to the back.
That would be interesting.
I think that is potentially the way to do it, and also much like how in Tears of the Kingdom it's the same map like mirrored underneath, and that gives you like a lot of room. I can totally see it. I just wonder how it would work mechanically. Like, would be free to move back and forth? So say in the past you're looking at an area that's like, oh, there's nothing here, you can't get across this area or something like that. You go to the future, there's a bridge. You go to the past, you're on the other side, kind of thing. Like, I think
so. We're like, this is like Lords of the Fallen, but Pokemon.
Kind of, yeah. I think that's pretty more high concept for Pokemon, but
I think it's going to be Ocarina of Time rules. I think you're going to plant a seed in the past, and in the future you're going to have something you can climb up, and it's going to be like, we've had this tree for however many years. I think it's going to be that.
We're going to get some fucking time exclusive Pokemon. I can't wait for those guides. Are going to be an absolute nightmare. I'm
excited for the fact. Go on, sorry.
In the past, you like go up to this creek and it's just a bunch of Magikarp, but then when you come back later in the future, it's like Gyarados everywhere. It's like they could do fun stuff like that. They could bring back the flying Gyarados from Arceus that was just on top of that waterfall, just like flopping about. Like,
that, or as well.
I love all these ideas.
They could definitely do Paradox Pokemon. We've had Paradox Pokemon introduced now, and why not get the ones that we've got and we like? Sod it, a Mega Raging Bolt or whatever. Like, just give them megas.
Oh, you underestimate the Pokemon Company. It's going to be Mega Paradox Charizard X, Mega Paradox Charizard Y. Then we're going to introduce Mega Paradox. Oh my God, they're going to do Mega Charizard Z, aren't they? They've already got X and Y.
Yeah, they are.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
Do it. I don't care. I love Charizard.
I will say on this whole thing, like, I remember when Scarlet and Violet were getting teased, and we thought the Paradox Pokemon was this huge thing, and there was so many theories about how in depth the time travel may be in Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
What if in this, like, the parchment paper is just meant to be what parchment paper looks like for designers when they're building the city, and it is just going to be in the future, and you might just go in and see some books drawn on old parchment. Going, this is how we design the city. Like, I could totally see that happening as well. Like, we get so sky high, stupid brain. Me talking stuff, and you're like, it's gonna be this. Like, what if it's not?
Yeah.
What if it's just like you're in a city? Like, it's not a bad thing.
That's the best part of this part of a Pokemon review. Just the absolute mental theories. Like, so The trailer was actually pretty good about showing us kind of an early look at the roster. I think there's something like 50 Pokemon so far confirmed. If the Pokedex is going to be Arceus size, it's probably 400 or 500. So we'll go through them first of all, and these are just the Pokemon.
Can you go through them as the Pokemon rap, please?
I want to be the best. No, I will go through them in the order they appear in the trailer. So we've got Pikachu, Pyroar, Litleo, Klefki, Furfrou, multiple forms to note, Flabébé, Fletchling, Talonflame, Dragonair, Hawlucha, Gyarados, Magikarp, Staryu, Hippopotas, Absol, Emolga, Arbok, Sylveon, Aegislash, Sandile, Krookodile, Heracross, Pinsir, Eevee, Bellsprout, Onix, Noibat, and obviously all the evolutions that would be implied from those Pokemon being in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's safe to say we're probably going to get every Kalos Pokemon in the game, and is it going to be every Kalos Pokemon and some of your favorites from Kanto? Tom, how what's the lineup going to be? Because Arceus was like all over the place in terms of the Pokedex.
Honestly, I don't know, because I think for them to do Kalos in general is just such a strange move. It kind of, to me, implies that whatever creativity they let in Pokemon Company do with their second team is amazing. So I don't know what to expect because, like you say, the Originals Legends was all over. So what if they're just sort of going, this team can make these expansive projects while mainland sticks to, we know what works, and they can just be like, screw it, let's chuck in the most obscure Pokemon you can. Look, here's Spinarak,
Love Spinarak.
Spinarak's sick.
I was just checking. The original, the original Pokedex was a couple of 400 or something like that. I'm trying to see because there's not many Gen 1 to 4 Pokemon it was missing as far as I can remember. Oh no, the original Arceus Pokedex was 242. There actually was quite a lot missing, and there's so many legendaries in that game. There's like 50 legendaries in Pokemon Legends Arceus, but they're going to introduce the ugliest legendary Pokemon you've ever seen. Rest assured.
Oh my god,
Nathan,
what they do? What's X and Y? What are the
Is it Xerneas and Evotal?
Yeah, but
Xerneas and Evotal are good designs.
They are. Do they not have a trio as well, like the Lake Trio? Imagine they do another of the Lake Trio, and it's just a fourth Psychic type. There's just another one.
It's
another Mew knockoff.
It's the Swords of Justice, isn't it? Those are X and Y, aren't they?
I think X and Y are black and white. I think they're black and white.
No, because
X and Y's got.
I might be wrong here. I'm not gonna get G checked here.
X and Y has got a really small Pokedex. I think it literally is like Noibat, Noivern, and then Xerneas, Evital, Zygarde, and Diancie? What's the mythical?
Yeah.
It's a very small Pokedex. Mainly because they did loads of Megas instead.
Yeah. This is the sound of 1,000 people Googling the X and Y Pokedex because no one can remember it.
I can feel Joe Merrick burning inside.
Oh yeah. Not for the first time.
There's no legendary trio, is there?
No, because they just chucked Mewtwo in there for a laugh.
It's so funny.
Mega Mewtwo.
Of course, you're gonna introduce Megas, yeah. I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do. I think it would be fun if it's a future one as well. I think it'd be fun to pull from kind of later generations and go, you know what? Yeah, let's chuck in a load of Black and White, Sun and Moon, some of the newer ones, and give some of them, some fun evolutions. Like even Legends Arceus, it did loads of fun things with old Pokemon. Like we got Ursaluna and the Hisuian forms of Avalugg and stuff like that. It didn't pull much from Generation 4, weirdly. Like it pulled the Pokemon, but it didn't add anything. It didn't add like any other forms to any Pokemon from there. I don't know if that's because a load of them were already third stage evolutions that had been added to previous gens. So like you can't have a fourth stage Electivire, but they could have done a Hisuian form or something. So I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see if they actually expand on X and Y's Pokedex, or if they just go, no, do you know what? We had an old generations game. We've been doing that for ages. Let's chuck a load of Sun and Moon ones and just go get weird.
I suppose they kind of have to now. Like they've repurposed the same Pokemon for quite a while. They can now, I suppose, got a new generation who have come in and then revisited all those gens that we've kind of ignored. So those Pokemon might be having a resurgence. I think you kind of spoke about it a few weeks ago, and I was like, nope. But now I kind of get it.
Yeah,
I do kind of like the A, like obviously the A, and I was thinking about it. Obviously, we have Alpha Pokemon that were in Legends last time, which were like the bigger version of Pokemon. Like if they found a way to tie that sort of Alpha thing in with Mega Pokemon, that'd be kind of a cool link to kind of tie the Legends brand with Megas.
the tie-in is going to be at the start of the game. God is going to give you a phone, and he's going to say, "Go on to Lumiose City, collect all the Pokemon with your God phone, and then at the end you can fight me, and then I'll be your friend."
Yeah.
I think
I was going to say, he's going to have you grabbing every single Zygarde cell in Lumio City, and there's going to be hundreds of the bastards.
Oh mate, the money
They are going to be the new Gimmighoul.
that guide's going to make is going to be incredible. I can't wait.
They're going to be the new Gimmighoul, aren't they?
Yeah,
Well,
I hope they're actually no. I hope they're not Gimmighoul, because Gimmighoul was like shit in the sense that it didn't feel like an actual collectible or anything like that, because you could get way more than you need, obviously, because it's a Pokemon, and they were just kind of, they felt like 5 minutes before they had to submit the game, they were like, oh, just fucking just put there, like there was no logic behind it.
It was like the actual items on the world in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, just like dotted absolutely everywhere. You can't do 2 steps without a sparkle on the floor.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is safe to assume now, but it might be interesting. We're obviously going to get overworld Pokemon, but in a city situation, you're never
Pokemon.
Well, I mean, Muck and Grimer are right there. Trubbish Minute is going to come back with a vengeance.
I'm gonna be ringing the Trubbish bell. You wait.
I wonder how it will differentiate catchable Pokemon in the city setting from like Pokemon that are just hanging about with their trainers, kind of thing. Because if I'm picturing, if it's like if you picture the city scenes in that recent Detective Pikachu, Pokemon are just kicking about. Am I able to go up to them and dunk them in the head?
Maybe that's kind of your job. Maybe there's like Pokemon going around who are sort of like maybe causing trouble, and the wild ones are in their little like what's it called? What they call the fuck? Sorry, bleep it. What's the word for when the multiple appear at once? I've lost the word. My brain's broken.
Horde?
Yeah, like that kind of thing. Where like lots of them appear in the city, and you got to go and capture them and stuff. And your job is sort of like getting the Pokemon and making them fit in the society. That sounds like awful, but like, what if it's that sort of like pest control?
Like the horrible crazed Apom from the Detective Pikachu movie.
Yeah. Like that kind of thing. You can like go and solve issues like that and get them working.
Or what if the ultimate weapon got it working in the future, raptures everyone?
Zygarde.
You're in a ghost town.
Yeah.
You need to pray to Arceus.
That would solve the NPC issues.
Yeah, you have to pray to Arceus to revive everyone, like undoing the Thanos snap.
It'd be one way to avoid all the dodgy frame rate people walking around.
Yeah.
So you don't have to load them in.
Story-wise, they're just not here.
Tom, are we doing gyms in this game? Are we going to bother with gyms? We're probably not going to get noble Pokemon again. So how are we going to handle that?
I have no idea. I'm intrigued. It's a Legends game. Like I enjoy the fact that Legends games can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. Like I can't predict it because I can't predict what Pokemon are going to do ever anymore. And there are people saying that this is going to be a city builder game, which I can't really see happening at all.
I would be
replace gyms with like.
I would be devastated
building
if this
new
just
sections
wasn't
of
a
the city.
Pokemon game. Yeah, I think they'll maybe do like some tough trainers potentially. Like Arceus had tough trainers, like that last fight was an absolute pain.
Oh, God.
Like more stuff like that potentially. Nathan,
that 3-stage fight that was horrific.
Although they played Cynthia's theme, which was fucking sick.
It was it. Like I've never felt more like obviously when that game released and like there was no spoilers when it first came out and that fight happened and you thought you'd done it and you had like one potion left and then bam, you're like, no.
Yeah.
That was the best. I loved that so much.
I ruined that for myself because I grinded that game so hard. I had a full level 100 team by the time I did that fight. I was just like, bye for now. Nathan, how do you think they'll handle gyms?
I think what I hope they do is something I kind of wish they'd done with Legends Arceus. I think it'll be kind of something similar to like the Totem Pokemon and challenges. You know, you were going around to different areas. I hope they lock the traversal methods behind this and make it a little bit more Metroidvania-y. So like, you know, you can walk around, but if you actually want to get the thing that lets you run around or plow through rocks or whatever, then you have to go and beat the Pokemon that can do it. So you go and earn your Ursaluna or your Basculegion and that sort of thing. And maybe those are like the wild Pokemon causing trouble, and you need to tame all them until you can finally get to where Zygarde is to unsnap everyone. I think it will be like that, like 5 or 6 Pokemon in the overworld, and like I said, ideally, the new traversal methods are unlocked through them. Perfect. That's what I want.
I think it would be cool if you could go and get Zygarde right from the start, in the same way you can go and kill Ganon right at the start with Breath of the Wild. Like, if you know how to do it, if you know one of these like weird, what was the our level 1 Rattata with a focus sash and Endeavor can like take down any Pokemon, that would be pretty good. But yeah, I think the spread of Pokemon, I'm happy with it so far. It's a lot of expected. It's a lot of your expected. What Pokemon from the X and Y decks, Tom, do you think gets a mega evolution? Because looking at it, I'm thinking about Pokemon that have become popular, kind of like hyped up since then. I could see a Mega Noivern potentially. That was the first one that jumped out to me.
Like, I really don't like the name Noivern. It's always really upset me. I think it's a really awful name for a Pokemon, so I hope it doesn't.
Yeah.
But
I also think I think Zoroark is nailed on for a mega as well. Like, I'm shocked that never got a mega the first time around.
I'd quite like to see Pyro get one.
Yeah.
Like, I know we kind of saw him in Scarlet and Violet DLC, so it'd be cool to kind of see that Pokemon get some more time. It always sort of felt like it wanted to be the Arcanine of that generation, but so to kind of give that more time to shine, I'd be happy. He's a fiery lightning cat. I'm well on board. Give him a big one.
Mega Garbodor. Come on now. That's
well, I mean,
what the people want.
There's Gigantamax Garbodor.
True.
Yeah, I mean the one I'd be pulling for, Hawlucha. My boy Hawlucha.
Yeah.
Is so forgotten about.
Oh, that'd nail it.
Yeah, he hasn't even got an evolution. He needs to, I don't know, turn into like a massive heel luchador, like absolutely roided up like Bane.
Or it becomes like a tag team, like just another Hawlucha comes in. That's his mega form.
It's just Hawlucha with a steel chair.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot that. I forgot that. Diancie, Hoopa, and Volcanion. Like honestly, I hate the 3 of them. I think they're 3 of the worst Pokemon going.
I really hate Volcanion. It's a wasted opportunity for a neat idea.
Yeah, it's just got like circle on it. Great stuff. Hoopa falls into that like bottom tier mythical where it's like, mate, once you're past Mew and Celebi and Jirachi and people like this, it's like, don't even speak to me. Yeah, I could.
I always love when Pokemon Go like hypes up a really random mythical like hoop like that, and you're just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Why? What are you hyping this for?
Who do you think the starters are going to be, Tom?
I have no idea. Don't ask that. Don't be silly.
Come on now. Think about it.
I don't want to. Come back to me.
Do you know who's going to be one of them? I'll put money on it right now.
Go on.
Charmander.
No, they're not going to do that. Charmander won't be. Piplup won't be. No chance.
It needs to be a Pokemon that wasn't one of the starters from Legends Arceus, hasn't had a Mega Evolution already, and wasn't from
Kalos, wasn't the X and Y.
None of
So
yeah.
What's left in that?
Leave us with
What's
that many.
left in that?
So it leaves us with the Kanto starters.
No, it doesn't. They've all got Megas.
No, because Charizard, Charmander.
Oh, sorry.
Unless you really want to do.
Yeah.
Charizard Z though, so like they'll probably kind of
they've all got Megas.
Sort of makes sense.
So and no bloody Cyndaquil, what's his face, Typhlosion. So there's a chance for Chikorita and there's a chance for Totodile. Third gen Blaziken's got an. They've all got mega evolutions. So fourth ones could be any of them. X and Y's out. What's 6?
Do you think that's another thing? Do you think they'll have Pokemon in the game beyond sixth gen Pokemon, because they went beyond their gen in Arceus, but I think they only did it for legendary Pokemon. I'm going to bring this.
They
this
only did it for
up.
the genies, didn't they?
Yeah, I can't think of a if they went beyond if they went into black and white.
No, I think
If they're
you're
doing,
right.
if they do Pokemon that are new megas, would they do a new alternate form, final form, like say, like they did in Legends?
Oh, I'm talking
Oh, so
absolute fucking pish. I apologize. Rowlet is one of the starters, and that's a thingy, a Gen 7 Pokemon. So they did go above their
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
yeah.
Joe's fingers are burning in the
I know
comments.
he's screaming. He's actually
Yeah.
he smashed his head through his computer.
But yet no, like will they do the final form change for the starters in this one?
Yeah. they
Oh
will.
yeah, like a Colosseum, a Lumiosian, for
Like, imagine
alligator.
like a new, a new for alligator form would be sick, and then a mega one on top of that.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I want new form and a mega. Do it. Let's if we're going crazy, let's do it.
Yeah,
like, give some of those like unloved boys for a while a bit of change. I'd love to see like, the Totodile line.
I think for alligator
It
might
does.
be a lock, because for alligator could be like quite a city-ish Pokemon. Like you could see it being
Sewery.
like in the sewers. Yeah, I'm just thinking of Killer Croc at this point.
Okay.
He'd be a good mount for the rivers as well, going around there. He'd be a good mount.
I think you could. I think for alligator is a pretty good shout.
Yeah.
I think maybe actually, what's the? I think Scorbunny might be a shout actually. Is
it not too soon?
Maybe.
They won't use a Scarlet and Violet one, but Arceus used a Sun and Moon one, which felt quite new at the time.
Yeah, I think you won't get a Scarlet and Violet. You'll maybe get a Sword and Shield potentially.
Who's big in? Go on. Sorry,
I was going to say no. Another one, Incineroar is really popular. Imagine Mega Incineroar.
Yeah, Incineroar might actually be the shout. But
so
I could actually absolutely Incineroar for alligator, and Meganium got a bit of hype with new Snap. So
it wouldn't be two from the same gen though. So I think
I
think then you'd maybe say Turtwig.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I think like Litten is a really good one because that is such a city Pokemon as well. Like just catting around.
It works.
Like, that's a perfect.
Is that what we're locking in as our picks then?
What, Litten, Totodile, and Turtwig.
Totodile and Turtwig.
Yeah.
I mean, could be Snivy.
I'd be up for Snivy. I like Snivy a lot.
Snivy's also got that city life look to him. Turtwig's too full like Walkie Boy. I reckon Snivy's got that back like sass.
Yeah, Snivy's like a posh. Snivy's like a Tory Pokemon because he's like very posh enough himself. I think Totodile and Litten are two absolute shouts. I'm not so convinced on the grass, but I feel like those two make a lot of sense.
If it's Grookey, I'll be fuming.
Grookey gang, rise up.
Who's big in the anime right now? Like, who's a big character in the anime Pokemon wise? Anyone who's a starter other than Cap and Fuecoco and
Sprigatito? They haven't really got any other starter Pokemon. They're pushing Cerulea Jarmarouge really hard. Rayquaza's a big part of the new anime. I don't know.
Starter Rayquaza.
Yeah, why not? Give it a pre-Evo.
In Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they give you a Latios like 15 minutes into that game, so why not?
That's so funny. And then they give you the most broken Pokemon of all time. Why don't we just make a Mega Rayquaza? Yeah, why not? Sod it.
Yeah. I had something else there, but it's completely gone out of my head. Oh yeah, the Zygarde thing. Obviously, we've got 4 Zygarde forms because we've got Snake, Dog, Wee Guy, and the Big Man.
And the Power
Big Man himself.
Yeah. The Megazord.
What do you think we encounter Zygarde at first as the Snake? or how do you think it goes? Is it maybe a Cosmo situation where you just bump into the cell and he becomes your friend, and then eventually he becomes Optimus Prime?
Well, it's all done on percentage, isn't it? It's like 25% means it's got enough cells to be a dog. So I reckon it's the person you meet at the start of the game. It's a banging babe, and it's 69%.
Hell yes, brother! That was the
You
sound.
had that ready.
That was the sound of us getting kicked out of the European Championships.
Mate, fan art of that is being typed up from the second that trailer went out anyway, so...
Oh, I actually just thought, had a thought. We could probably infer what this all means, that Megas will be coming back to the TCG. That will be... Yeah. I wonder if that gets first introduced with the ZA set, or if they phase them in sooner than that, and with a rotation. I'm not sure what would happen with that, but because presumably that would be the end of completely gone out of my head. The current...
Well, the new gimmick has just been announced, hasn't it? Or it's been teased. I don't know what it is, but it's got a new name. I can't remember. It's like there's more to do with
Stellar Terratype.
Yeah. Yeah, that gimmick's already this year, so that means Mega's coming in probably after this game releases later in next year, maybe just around EUIC or just around World time.
It'll probably be around the time of rotation next year, yeah. Like, we're getting a big push right now because rotation's about to happen, and that's why we're getting loads of temporal forces and loads of other bits and bobs, so maybe that'll be like the reset for next year.
I think you're about right.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I'd love the idea that Mega Stellar EX is going to be an interesting...
Jesus Christ.
Mega Stellar EX, VMAX, Tag Team, V Union, and it's all just going to get knocked out by
all the pieces of Exodia.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, while we're on the topic of new Pokemon games, what are your thoughts on Pokemon trading card game?
Oh, I'm gonna actually, that's gonna ruin my life. I know for a fact.
Yeah, it looks fucking. It looks so good. It looks so good.
It looks like Marvel Snap, but Pokemon. Yes, please.
Yeah,
it's like they've got Marvel Snap. Marvel Snap and Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Duels.
Yeah, it's a disgusting premise, and add that to the fact that there's like new art and
God, oh my god, yeah. I love Marvel Snap. I really love it, but I just don't have the time of the day for it. Because I play other bits and bobs. You're telling me they're going to make a Pokemon version and I get packs every single day? My life's over. That's it. Yeah. We're done.
Yeah.
Unless I can become a champion at it and like earn money enough to make that my only job, which I think is my aim for this year. I'm going to do that.
Do you reckon that they'd bring Pokemon Snap? I was thinking Marvel Snap. Pokemon Snap. Sorry, Marvel.
Pokemon TCG.
The brain
Pocket?
just. Yeah, please, thank you, to the actual tournament circuit.
Ooh.
I wonder how in-depth that is. Yeah.
Because it doesn't really matter. Like, they give Pokemon Go in the tournament, and that's just... not to insult it on any level, I'm so sorry. There's a lot more to it than that.
I mean, not really. It is kind of just... yeah, perhaps. I'm dying to check that out. I feel like that will be a real hyperfixation of mine when that comes out.
Yeah, 100%. I will never have time in the day ever again after that. Like, I will put money into it as well. Like, if someone's telling me I don't have to go to a shop to buy packs, I can just buy them on my phone and just sit there and do that. I'm done. Like, I'm financially done.
If we can battle really easily like that, like you can in Snap, like it's so easy in Snap for me to just go to my mate, like, got 5 minutes, want to play a game. If we could do that with Pokemon cards, we're going to be doing that all the time. We're not going to be able to record this.
Yeah. We just record.
We just make it this.
Yeah, we're just going to become a podcast based on that game. Final thoughts on ZA before we get out of here, Tom?
Yeah, man, I'm excited for it. I want to see more. I won't see more for a while, so I'm just going to put it in a box over there in my brain and go, I'm looking forward to you, but I'm going to go and play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
What a game.
I'm excited.
What a game, man. Hell of a
great
game. Nathan, your thoughts on ZA before we head down that open road?
I am really happy that we've all been surprised. I'm really happy that Pokemon have done something genuinely shocking and are going back and, like I said, maybe filling in the gaps of their history instead of doing what the community expects, which is why you can't trust leakers as far as you can throw them. Ignore all the bollocks you see on there. I hope they do my idea of like one area and you kind of link Dark World it or whatever, so that they can work on graphical fidelity, they can work on kind of the interactability of that world, because Legends Arceus was great, but it also sometimes felt a little bit like it was, made out of Play-Doh, and the world itself felt a little bit inconsequential. I'd rather a tighter level and more interactability and more actual like platforming. Something like that would be really
buildings
cool.
You can go into.
Yeah, or like the Scarlet and Violet, that world felt very, very similarly like, made out of mashed potato. But then the DLC kind of added a lot of verticality in caves. I want to see more stuff like that. I want to see, like Tears of the Kingdom, I want the world to feel enhanced without it having to feel bigger.
That's a great thesis to end on. You will see. Proud to announce that.
No, Jordan, what do you think?
Looks shite. Next week we'll be back. No, I'm hyper excited. Pokemon gets me excited in a way that other games just simply don't. So I genuinely try not to think about it too much because it was semi spiraling. I've watched that trailer an ungodly amount of times. Just I can't wait to get back into this. Like the prospect of new Pokemon games. Love them.
You love it. You love to see it.
I love Pokemon. Yeah, that's it for this week. Sorry about the delay, folks. We've been all over the world. I've been gallivanting. We've all been gallivanting. This podcast always was we love doing it, but we're very busy boys, so we'll do it when we can. We will see you soon enough. We've got, Tempura Forces is coming soon. Everyone's eating it up.
Hey.
Everyone's munching the tempura. But yes, we'll be back soon. Until then, you can follow us all on Twitter. I am at Jordan Midler. Tom is at Monkey Nuke. Nathan is at Nate and Destroy. Until we are back with more harebrained conspiracy theories. Can I technically have a harebrained conspiracy theory when I'm bald? Who knows? Say goodbye, Tom.
Bye.
Say goodbye, Nathan.
Goodbye.
And we'll see you next time.